Hey everybody, Mr. The Fanboy here, back for another video, and this time, this is my first real review from the Lucha Libre CMLL promotion. This is my entire review of CMLL this week, starting with Friday, December 16th, ending all the way with December December 19th. December 19th. I'm gonna review December the December 21st show, and of course the pay-per-view, which is going on now later on tonight. But this is my review of the entire CMLL this week. Before I start, see, I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, but CMLL's wrestling schedule was just weird to me. At first I thought their major shows were on Mondays. Then I see a much better show uploaded on Friday. Now it turns out, after doing, but it wasn't a pay-per-view. So I didn't know what it was. I couldn't review it because I didn't know what the show was, but it wasn't a pay-per-view. So I researched more on CMLL's wrestling schedule, and it turns out they do a show on Monday at, I think, at the Arena Mexico, and they do shows on Monday, then they do another one on Tuesdays and Fridays. However, sometimes they don't do the one on Friday if they have a major pay-per-view coming up. The first show I watched was the Super Viernes, which is the Super Friday show. That's what they call the Big Friday show, where they have this really awesome, large white and beige color scheme for an arena. Whereas, in contrast to the Monday night show, which is pretty much almost like a smaller version of TNA, which is just like TNA, ECW, and Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is it's a small arena. It's a small arena versus the atmospheric Super Friday arena, which is held at the I keep forgetting the building it's held at. I know one of them is held at the um I know the Monday one is held at the Arena Mexico, the popular Arena Mexico, which is where a lot of their major events are hosted at that place. I'm on Wikipedia right now. I can look it up before I continue with this awesome review. Um, um, so yeah, yeah. Like I said, yeah, all their shows are at the arena Arena Mexico in Mexico City, with of course their biggest show being the Friday Super Viernes or Super Friday show. But they also have regular shows on Tuesdays and Saturday nights, and of course they have like six major pay-per-views. I'm gonna start off with the December 16th Super Viernes show, which was phenomenal. Didn't watch the full show, only watched the midget match, which I can't remember at the moment, because I was initially waiting for the main event. Initially waiting for the last, usually the last 3 or 4 matches. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6. Are usually the matches you want to see. The first two or three are usually just filler, or usually just filler. That's one criticism I have towards CMLL. They're the only promotion that I feel has way too much wrestling, way too much wrestling. With other promotions like WWE, it's not enough wrestling, but with CMLL, it's way too much. You need more talking segments. They like to have their products. They Lucha Libre promotions like to have build their products like boxing and MMA with talk shows, with information talk shows to build up rivalries and feuds, and have the entire wrestling show dedicated to nothing but wrestling, But with that being said, the December 16th show, the main 2 matches I was looking forward to were were hold on, I'm on what you call it right now. was the six-man tag match between Atlantis Stucker Jr. and Marco Corleone versus Rush Perioff. La Mascara was awesome. This was an awesome match. What a fight. These guys brawled all over the arena, and the heel team, the Rudo, the heel team was Rush Perioff and La Mascara. La Mascara taking on Atlantis, Stucker Jr., and Marco Corleone. I wanted Marco Corleone's team to win. I love Rush and Perioff, but I do not like La Mascara, who does a great job as a heel because I can't stand him. He's always stalling, dancing, and posing for the crowd instead of wrestling, and only interfering in the last moments of the match. But Rush and Perioff straight up destroyed the team of Atlantis, Stucker Jr., and Marco Corleone. Only Marco Corleone put up an awesome fight, winning I think the second fall. Yeah, winning the second fall for his team, with of course Rush and Perioff winning the first and final falls with with Rush hitting his double front drop kick in the corner, and Perioff hitting a running knee in the corner, and the match ended in spectacular fashion in the third round after they knocked out both Atlantis and Stucker Jr., and Rush and Perioff straight up ripped off their mask. Ripped off their mask, so Atlantis and Stucker Jr. I think have lost their mask. I think this was a mask, some kind of mask versus mask match. It could have just been them getting their mask ripped off in a fight, because that does happen a lot. But I'm not sure whether this was a mask versus mask match or they just got their mask ripped off. But like I said, this was an awesome show, man. This was an awesome fight right here. Like I said, I wanted Marco Corleone's team to win because I can't stand La Mascara. But awesome fight, man. Then of course you had the main event consisting of Valador Jr., Carisco, and some other luchador whose name I don't remember, taking on the Guerreros, not the famous Guerrero family, but a similar team led by Ultimo Guerrero, Gran Guerrero, and I keep forgetting the third one's name, but they were taking on that team. Of course, now the Guerrero team, in my opinion, was much better, but of course I wanted Volador's team to win. The other two guys I didn't care for. They kind of stunk up the match. I would have just rather seen, believe it or not, I would rather seen Volador team up with someone else like Johnny Io or Dragon Lee, because the other two guys stunk up. But Volador's team won the first round with a Hurricanrana off the top rope, and I think won the first round with a Hurricanrana off the top rope, and the other guy put a submission on the other guy, and the second round was won with Guerrero's team hitting I think a double power bomb for the 1, 2, 3, and of course hitting a double team moonsault like maneuver, and ripping off Ultimo Guerrero ripped off Caristo's mask and challenged him to this past Friday's Super VN's show, which I gotta watch and review. But phenomenal show. These were only two matches I watched. Like I said, I have these events downloaded using Real Player, so I may rewatch these events and review the whole show from beginning to end. But their shows, they're just too long and too much content on there to actually sit there. Sorry about that. To actually sit there and review each. To actually sit there and review each and every show. Now the next show was the Monday night show, which was which was the Monday night show. The first match started off. What was the first match? Was the December 19th show, which was this past Monday's show. This was the Monday's Arena Mexico tapings, which usually air live on their YouTube channel. The first match, this is one of the many times I actually watched the first match. I rarely watch the first two matches unless it's a wrestler I want to see in the match. And of course, this match had representing the face team. You had Black Tiger, Millennium, and Letiset taking on a luchador named Aries, Faraz Chicana, something like that. Faraz Chicana, something like that. And the guy I was tuning in to see, Policeman. I love Policeman. He came out to the awesome Bad Boys theme. He wrestles in the police and camouflage gear. Such a badass character. Sucks to see him on a Rudo tag team here, but the Black Tiger guy and the Lita set, these guys were the MVPs of the MVPs of the match. Everyone in this match performed well, but it was Policeman, Lita set, and Black Tiger who were the MVPs of the match. Lita Set's team won the first fall when Lita Set hit a swan dive onto El Policeman, and Lita Set's team controlled most of the match. The Technicios, the faces, dominated the Rudos for most of the match, with the Rudos using several double team advantages and illegal and dirty tactics to win win the second fall, and Letice's team won the third fall when they straight up double teamed El Policeman by tying him up in the ropes and giving him several brutal shots, and finally finishing it off with, I think, another moonsault for the 1, 2, 3. Like I said, I really ever pay attention to the opening matches, the first 2 or 3 matches, because they're usually just filler. Believe it or not, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really wish they would use these matches this time for more promo time instead of wrestling. But like I said, this product has a product stylized similar to boxing and MMA. Now the next match was a female luchador match. I skipped his match and went on to the next match, and I skipped this match and went on to the next match, and that was next was another random luchador match, which I can't remember. Then it was the female match. Then finally the last 2 matches I wanted to see, and that was Johnny Idol, and yeah, hold on for a moment, man. See, it's hard to remember because they have so many trios matches, man. It's hard to remember everyone in the match, man. But I recently uploaded the video here on YouTube to remember to see what it was. Now it just has to load up. It was Atlantis, Johnny Idol, and Angel Del Oro. Oh yes, and the other top star, Angel Del Oro, taking on Mr. Nebula, Sam Adonis, and Cavernario, who I can't stand, a caveman type luchador. Awesome 6-man tag team match. Boy, was this a fight. Boy, was this fight brawling. brawling everywhere, Angel Del Oro won the first fall for his team with um actually Mr. Nebula and Samuel Donis and Cavanario won the team. They pretty much dominated Atlantis, Johnny Idol, and Angel Del Oro, but the Technicio team did put up a good fight. Like I said, I can't remember everything from this match because there was so much awesome stuff in this match, but I will rewatch the show one day and review everything. But before that, Blue Panther Jr., Stigma, and the Panther took on Haichiro, Puma, and Y Tiger. Of course, I wanted Blue Panther Jr.'s team, Blue Panther Blue Panther Jr.'s team to win. The only guy I liked on the Rudo team, the heel team, was Hydro. This was another awesome match. I can't remember the finish, but it was an awesome match. There was so much action on this show. Then of course you had the main event, which was the rare Technicio versus Technicio team with the only with between Marco Corleone, La Mascara, and Maximo Sexy taking on Volador Jr., Mephisto, and Ephisto, with La Mascara pretty much being the only heel in the match, constantly refusing to get in the ring and constantly stalling throughout the whole match until the end, and Volador Jr. is pretty much chasing him the whole match. Volador Jr.'s team won the first fall when Volador Jr. hit his super kick on, I think, on Maximo Sexy or Marco Corleone, I can't remember. Marco Corleone won the second fall with his signature crossbody, and Volador Jr.'s La Mascara's team won the third fall and the match by disqualification when, for some odd reason, Volador Jr., right when he was about to pin La Mascara, disqualified for something. Got disqualified for something. Each team member, with the exception of La Mascara, shook hands after the match. So like I said, phenomenal show, man. Of an awesome night of wrestling. Now the next show I want to talk about was I'm about to click on it now for the lineup, and that was the December 20th show. That was the um that was the December 20th show, and this show
At Purely, we
sorry about that. And this show featured now I skipped the first three matches and went on, I skipped the first three matches and went on to the last three matches. And the first match I watched, this was the Tuesday CMLL taping. The match I watched was Blue Panther Jr. taking on Bobby Z in the only singles match from this show. Finally, yes, a singles match. This was easier, this was faster and much easier to call than the various trios matches that the Lucha Libre promotions love to have. They love to have matches with multiple people in the ring. It's awesome, but just confusing as hell. But this right here, Blue Panther Jr. taking on Bobby Z. Bobby Z, phenomenal match. Blue Panther Jr. was the Technicio. Bobby Z was the heel. Bobby Z controlled most of the match and won the match with a sit-down power bomb. And the next match of the night was Johnny Idol, Titan, and Y Guerrero Maya taking on Shocker, Terrible, and Y, and of course, and Ray Bucanero. Phenomenal match here. The Rudos, Shocker's team destroyed Johnny Idol, Titan, Y Guerrero Maya. They destroyed them. They won both rounds, but they did make Idol and Titan and Guerrero Maya look strong. But Shocker's team, the Rudo team, straight up destroyed these guys. Then you have the main event of the night: Volador Jr., Marco Corleone, and Angel Del Oro taking on the heel team of Cavanario, El Felino, and one of my all-time favorites, Negro Casas. The only member I liked on this team. Sucks he had to be on such an awesome team, but he wrestled more like a babyface in this match. This was a phenomenal fight from beginning to end. Too much action to call. The only thing I do remember in this fight was Marco Corleone's and Angel Del Oro's awesome showing, and of course, Negro Casas, who, despite being a heel, he wrestled as a face in the match, not backing down from Volador, Marco, or Angel Del Oro. Angel Del Oro sucks he had to be on such a loser team, in my opinion. Do not like Kevin Ariel and his and their teams, but this right here was another awesome taping, and this ends the CMLL tapings for right now. I'm gonna watch and review the Friday night tape, the this past Friday night's taping, and the current Inferno del Ring pay-per-view, which is going on right now later on tonight. But this was my review of of the other CMLL shows this past week. All right, I'm done.